Welcome to another episode of Conversations with Lamp. I'm your host, James Lampkin. And my guest today is an upcoming future world champion in the DMV area, 5 and 0, 5 knockouts. Again, he told me make sure I mentioned the 5 knockouts.
For
So
sure.
5 and 0, 5 knockouts. Mr. Deric Sharp Davis, thank you for joining me.
What's up with you? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, brother. How are you?
Good. Good to see you.
First of all, before we do anything, man, let me tell you thanks for taking the time out to do this because I wanted to get on the train early because I already know you're going to be a champ. So I wanted to go ahead and get my interview first. So when you make it, you can remember me.
Nah, for sure. We locked in, for sure.
Yeah. How's everything going, bro?
Man, everything is great, man. Coming off the fight, again, just became 5-0, 5 knockouts. Just ready to see what's next. Still in the gym, still training, keeping my foot on the pedal, but just waiting to see what's next.
Now, I want you to tell the listeners, why did you make sure that I stressed the 5 knockouts?
Because it should let you know that I'm getting them up out of there. When you hear somebody that's 5-0 and 1 knockout, like I said, it's a little different from 5-0, 5 knockouts. I mean, everybody that got in the ring, they got knocked out. And you need to know, so watch out. You know what I'm saying?
Is that so? Let me ask. What does it feel like to actually knock somebody out?
Man, it's the greatest feeling. It's better than sex. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie, man. You feel like you could pick up a house, man. You feel like you can punch through a wall. Can't nothing stop you, man. It's like it's the greatest high on earth, man. That's honestly, it's because you don't realize that you're capable of this power until you do it, and then once you do it, it's like whoa, like it's just I don't know. It's just a superpower. You look at your hands like, dang, I did that. Like, yeah, if you hit you one of those,
You ain't ever knock nobody out. What was your first before? Like, when the first time you remember not like sparring, whatever? When the first time you remember knocking somebody out?
Sparring. First time I ever knocked somebody out was for sure sparring in the head. Like, I'm not gonna say no name, but
No, not names,
Yeah,
but like
nah,
how long ago was it? Like,
I was about 14, 15.
were they the same age?
Nah, they was older than me.
Oh,
Yeah, he was about probably grown, man. Probably he was for sure in his 20s, early.
in his 20s?
Yeah. I've been fighting grown men since I was like 13, 14 years old, man. I ain't gonna lie, it's been different. Like, that's how Coach Barry kind of like raised us. Like, even though we was 12, 13, we wasn't doing things that the average 12-year-old and 13-year-old was doing. So, like, he would be fine with it. By the time we got about 15, 16, or not even before, really 14, I say, he started sending us in there with pros. It was like,
And they was older, like 20?
yeah, they pro. They 3-0, 4-0, whatever records, and it's like, go ahead, hold on, you good.
Was you nervous?
Not really, because it was always just fighting. It's just for again, when you train to do something, the same way I go about it at 22, I was going about it at 13. I was training every day. I go to school, do my homework, I'm going to the gym every day.
How'd you get introduced to boxing?
My dad actually wanted me to box to stay in shape in the off season.
Mm-hmm.
So I was playing football one night. It was after football practice, and I met a guy, Buddy Harrison. He had seen me on St. Barnabas Road. It was an old pizza hut over there. We was waiting to get a pizza. He seen me, and I think I had just got the new fight night. So I'm fake shadow. Nah, for real. This is real life story. Man, I'm fake shadow boxing around. Cause I'm happy I got the game, man. I'm like this one. I think I want to say Fight Night Champions that just came out.
Okay.
And I'm happy I got the game. I'm doing my thing. And he seen me fake shadow boxing, so he came over. He had his old school boxing jean jacket on, and he handed my father a card. And he was like, I don't know if your son boxed, but if he ever wanted to box, take him down to this gym. I got a gym. Oh, my father, it was a dream come true for my father. He said he wanted me to box. He wanted to put me in the conditioning thing. I went in there, and off my first day, everybody just kept looking at me like, you ever did this before? Like, nah.
So it was natural.
Yeah, it was just natural. Like, always, your parents going to teach you how to defend yourself. And,
Right.
But I ain't never, like, boxed. Like, everybody know boxing is different. It's mental. It's a lot of technical things. But I was just picking up things too fast, and I'm a real observer. I really like to learn. So like, even taking stuff from things I seen from Fight Night, like, nah, I ain't gonna lie. Like knowing what things was, knowing that's a double end bag, and knowing this is a speed bag, and I ain't really know, but I'm like, I seen this on the game, and Like this real, and then from that point, I always just was like, I'm gonna keep learning.
Did your dad box or?
Nope. Nope.
So he was looking at it totally from a conditioning thing. That's it.
Yeah, how it first came. Yeah, it first started just as a stand in shape because I was really good at football. So he wanted me to, stay in shape on the off season. Like how all these kids now, they got all these different camps and trainers. I was trying to do that back then.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But my dad, I couldn't find. It wasn't just people just training kids at 6 years old. I'm 5, 6 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Young. But going to the boxing gym, they let me go in there. I remember. And now they don't even, most gyms don't even let kids in there like that no more. That's 5, 6 years old anymore. Because the attentiveness, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
But I was different. I was different as a kid.
So when you put them gloves on for the first time, what did it feel like?
Nothing major. It was just I had gloves on. Like it was like, okay, all right, and they was teaching me how to fight. It never really got to a point where I'm like, wow, I'm really a boxer until like I got older. I was just going through the motions, doing stuff, and just beating people.
So when did you realize you act like, okay, I'm actually nice?
I started boxing at 6, so I started realizing I was nice probably about 7, 8.
Oh, so it didn't take long.
Yeah, I realized because I was beating kids that were fighting all year long. I would go do football, play football, then I'll go box. And once football season came back, I'll stop boxing again, go play football. Like it would. So most of these fighters were going all year round, all the time. Mm-hmm. I wasn't like that. I was just a pure athlete. I was gonna do that. I was gonna do track. I was just doing things. But I knew when I got back to boxing, I'm like, I was just better than people. Like it wasn't at that time. It wasn't even I work harder than people or I'm more dedicated. It wasn't none of that. It was just I'm just better. Did
you have any passion for it at that age?
I used to always watch Sugar Ray Leonard and Floyd and their fights at that time. So it was always something that I seen people praise. Like had people having fight parties, and I used to be trying to figure out why everybody gathered around and so excited about. But I used to watch it, but it didn't really say, "Oh yeah, this is what I'm going to do." I didn't get to that point. Probably to I was about in 6th grade. So I was about 12, 13. I'm like, oh yeah, nah. This was when I got to a point where it was like I started finally doing it all year round exclusively. My father finally said, nah, you gonna do this.
Oh, so you gave up football?
Yeah, it hurt so bad too. It hurt so bad. I cried. I ain't even gonna lie. I cried.
Okay, so if you felt that strong about it, it was your father's decision to say, hey, no more football, or how did that go?
It more so. Well, he always asked me what did I want to do, and I would change it. I go boxing. When I'm doing boxing, I'll be like, yeah, I want to be a boxer. I want to do this. Okay. And then when it was football time, it was time to go in the all-season training. Like, what you want to do? Like, I ain't gonna lie, I like football. So I used to be always switching. So then it got to a point where I turned about 12, and my father would ask me for the last time, like, what you want to do? And I was like, I don't know. So he gave me his thoughts. He like, football, I'm gonna get you in school. You gonna go to school. Okay. He has no doubt. You still ask him that to this day. Like yeah, you was gonna get in school. He knew I was gonna go to school.
What position was you playing?
At that time, I was playing quarterback and I was playing linebacker. Yeah, but by the time, in actuality, I probably would have been playing. He would have had me playing like slot and DB.
Because I can't picture you as no linebacker.
Yeah, nah. At that time.
Because you fighting at what, 135?
But I'm not gonna lie. Like the way I was starting to get, I would have been raised as a football player would have been different. The eating would have been different. The training, the putting on pounds. Like you think that I'm 135 and you think that's just I woke up and became 130? No, I'm sorry.
But realistically, because you.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to be top NFL. Again, I said get in school, not NFL.
Okay, fair enough.
I was going to get in school to play and probably play in the Division I or whatever and play and try to get my degree in football. At that point, you got to be in that upper percentile to become an NFL player. But one thing for certain, he always said I was going to get in school and be whatever. You know what I'm saying? That was the goal. But then in boxing, this is why it went to the other side. In boxing, it was like, it would be a little different than boxing. Boxing wouldn't. First of all, it was God-given ability, which I had God-given ability on. and on the football field, but it was more my God-given ability was able to be shown in boxing as far as my, you know what I'm saying, my mind, my athletic gifts, the things I could do. It was like, okay, let me try him out of boxing. Then he always worked on me being, you know what I'm saying, charismatic and being a person to be able to speak to people. And so he was like, he wanted to create a true champion.
You mentioned your dad a lot. I want you to talk, like, how was that relationship with you and him growing up? Because you mentioned him a lot.
My father was, I guess, that's my best friend, man. He's a guy that was there every step of the way and anything I did. He never wanted to really like coach me. In football he did, but that's because he's an actual coach. He's still coaching now. You know? Everybody shout out to Merlin Elite, man. You already know. I won't mention him on the inside of this interview. But yeah, he was always but in boxing he knew that wasn't his lane. I have a father that's a true coach, so when it's not his lane, I'm gonna back up and be a parent. So he always but he would be on me on the mental aspect with this boxing game. You know what I mean? And understanding what you got to do to become great and what the other greats did. He did all that. He put the foundation of what I had to do to separate myself from other people.
So he helped you with the mindset part, pretty much.
Yeah, for the mind, but not even for just to be a boxer, just to be a man.
Okay.
I transformed myself into understanding, putting the things he taught me as a man and how to apply it in boxing. Again, that's the same. But honestly, the things you learn in boxing, man, it'll shape you to be a man. You know what I'm saying? So it went hand in hand. I got him. I got a coach named Flip Johnson. I got a coach named Barry Hunter, and it's like, wow, these guys are teaching me different aspects of being a man, other than my father. So it got me to just shape who I was, and you know what I'm saying, shape who I wanted to be and who I wanted to be like.
So you mentioned like boxing and life traits going, running parallel, hand in hand. Mm-hmm. What's some of the most important ones that you would say boxing and life go hand in hand?
Never get settled. Barry always tells me, keep your hand on the sword. Meaning, if we at war right now, you can never get relaxed and take your hand off the sword because you don't know what's in life is going to throw at you. Your car might go down. It might be a death in the family. Somebody might get arrested. Taxes, IRS come to get. Something is going to happen in your life, and you got to stay ready and be able to fight the war and keep your faith. Unless, you know what I'm saying, or you're going to break down. Never stop working in nothing. You know what I mean? Saying, and it doesn't matter if you driving a car. It don't matter if you doing paperwork. The more you work, the more you're going to get better at it. You know what I mean? The more you're going to be more confident to show what you do all day. You know what I'm saying? And confidence is the greatest thing in the world, because if you ain't got confidence, you ain't got nothing.
When would you say what age did you really develop that confidence, like at the highest level, at that peak?
Confidence and everything I had, I probably was about 18. And once I got about 18, that's when I was like, I started to realize that I could be one of them guys, one of them ones. I always knew I was good, but I always tell people for the longest I was just beating people off pure talent. Mm-hmm. Like, even when I go back to when Barry was, you know what I'm saying, telling us to spot on pros, I was going out there not even caring to try pro. It was just, I'm better than you. I'm faster than you. I feel like when I get in the ring, I'm smarter than you. Nothing that you're going to be able to do is going to, you know what I'm saying, harm you. And that's how I was fighting. But then we got to a point where it was like, okay, now I'm one of the smartest. I know I'm one of the smartest. I hit the hardest. I watch this film all day. I watch all these greats. I take and study. So it's nothing that you're going to do in the ring that I haven't seen before. And I know how to walk it. I know how to talk it. When I get out of the ring, I know how to smile. I know how to connect with people. When I'm in the ring, I just have a bravado and jazz about me that I fight with. You know what I mean? So everything just came together. And then sparring all them pros, sparring all them good fighters, they put at this young age, let you know, like, I've been on this level. Mm-hmm. And it finally clicked. Like, it just finally clicked. It wasn't nothing that nobody said to me. It just finally clicked together. Is
there like a specific moment or event that happened that really took your confidence, like, from here to here?
Oh, yep. I will say that. The first time I sparred Tank. The first I sparred Tank, he came down here before the Isak Cruz fight. So originally he was supposed to fight Rolly. But Rolly got postponed because Rolly had got in some legal trouble, and they had to postpone the fight. So that's how he started to fight Isak Cruz. But when he was before the fight had got announced and all that, Tank always liked to get ready before. You know what I'm saying? He started getting ready about 3 months, 4 months out. So he came down here to start getting in some shape. And I remember when he started sparring, I remember Coach Berry did the same thing he always do. Like, you ready? Mm-hmm. Like, yeah. He like, go in there. So it's like, it's a little different, you know what I'm saying, sparring. It's one of your, you know what I'm saying, idols, one of the people you look up to, which I always been around Tank, but now at this point, this is the first time Tank coming back and like, he's the guy. You know what I'm saying? He is.
Yeah.
So it's a little different. Like, at first, I would see Tank and he's, you know what I'm saying, he's just one of the guys. He's one of the people that's trying to make it out just like us. And then it went to another level where it's like, no, this is the guy. He ain't trying to make it out. He made it out. He is the person everybody wants to see. So now he got the whole entourage. He got the jewelry. You know what I'm saying? He's Tank now. He became him. So, you know what I'm saying? When Coach Berry sent me in there, it's like, dang, like this Tank. So I'm like, I'm not nervous, but I'm like, I'm ready. At this point, I'm like, all right, let me test my stuff against the best. And we got in there, you know what I'm saying? We did our thing, and it was like, I remember he threw a couple punches. It made me be like, okay. Like, I realized the level change of what, I'm like, all right. And when I threw back and dumped back, it was like, he looked at me like, oh, all right. Like, and he gave me that nod, and from that point on, me and him was just like this. Like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Because it was more so, he looked at me as a person that's really trying to do this. You know what I'm saying? Tank is used to people, you know what I'm saying? When he go at people, they crumbling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He ain't, you got to be one of them guys to be able to stand up to him, and I mean, yeah, he gonna respect what you do. And when he realized I was a youngin', you know what I'm saying? I'm freshly 18.
Damn.
When he realized like I'm a youngin', I'm like, I'm not going nowhere, and I'm, you know what I'm saying, I'm throwing back, I got the confidence, like, he like, oh yeah, nah, I mess with him. And from that point on, he was just giving me game about how the pro game is, how things in the ring, and just life lessons, all that. He definitely a good dude, good big bro, man. I appreciate him. He flew me out. We after that sparring session, we went to Florida. We held the camp in Florida, and at the Sweatbox Gym with Chico, and it was cool. I was on all access with him.
Okay.
Yep. So it was me. I think it was actually me, my fighter Nasheed, fighter Patrick Harris. Who else? I think Quincy Williams was with us. Isaac Dogbay came out there, and there's one more fight I'm missing. But we was a whole group out there, man. It was nice.
So when you see somebody like you that close to greatness, because at this point, I mean, Tank one of the cash cows in the game. Mm-hmm. So you get you that close to greatness, and you can literally touch that motivation. What's that like for you?
Life changing, because you realize that it's obtainable. Mm-hmm. It's really just not a dream that somebody just selling to you. They ain't just telling you, oh yeah, nah, yeah, you could be a world champion. No, I'm seeing somebody that I was there with. We was getting the same curse outs and saying, you know what I'm saying, when we not running or when we don't want to finish strong. So I'm going through the same things he was going through. And it's like, you mean to tell me that if I keep doing this and become special, then the whole world will look at me like this, or everybody we want to come see my fight? So like, okay, it's just motivation, man. It's one of a very big motivator that I'm saying that we could do it. Like, you really could do this if you just put the work in.
Did you fight in amateurs?
Mm-hmm.
What was your record?
158-17.
God damn, that's a lot of fights. How often you fight to get that many fights in the amateurs?
Well, in our amateur tournaments at that point, we fighting. If you go to a tournament and it's a 7-day tournament, 9, 10, 10, you fighting every day. And it's a week long, you know what I'm saying? So we was going to tournaments for this. That's how I know you know, as a fighter coming up, you know who the guys is. Mm-hmm. Like, I know the people that was going to be good, or I thought was going to be good, or the people that's good now, the prospects, I knew they was going to be good or was going to be one of the ones because I seen them throughout these amateur tournaments, you know what I mean? People don't realize that these YouTubers that's just getting overnight success, like, y'all wasn't putting in work like that. We don't look at y'all as fighters that was really putting in work, because I know the guy as far as, like I know Floyd Schofield. I actually seen him throughout the amateurs fighting people. So it doesn't surprise me that he's signed with Golden Boy and he's fighting on that level. Well, I've seen Abdullah Mason fight in these tournaments. and be there and be in the same weights and stuff like that, just on different sides of the bracket. So I knew, and he's stopping people, I'm stopping people. So it's like, okay, I knew eventually, like, okay, he's gonna be one of the top guys because I seen him in these tournaments. Like, you know who's gonna be those because they in these tournaments.
Did y'all fight it?
No, we never got to fight. Actually, we never got to fight. That's the only thing. I always was gonna fight one of his brothers, but for some reason I don't know why. Either he was younger. He was always coming to my age group, my last year in the age group. So, like, if I would be at the top of the bracket, he'd be at the bottom, and then it would just have the bracket would just have to swing a certain way for us to fight, and it just never did. So we never got to fight.
Is there a particular opponent you remember fighting in the amateurs?
Yeah, I fight a lot of people that's out here now, but I mean, there ain't nobody particular that's gonna make me be like, oh yeah.
Nobody that was like that's not really at that level yet, though.
I mean, I feel like none of us are really at that level yet. We still prospects. Nobody has our fort has gotten to the world title.
Okay,
stage.
Gotcha.
We all still prospects.
So okay, because the prospect, which okay, let me word it correctly. Because you got prospects, and then you got prospects with a lot of exposure. And I think we'll agree Abdullah Mason got a lot of exposure. So that's probably more what I meant. Like anybody that you fought that got a lot of exposure.
Oh, yeah. I never fought Abdullah, but I fought was the guy Xander Zayas. For sure, he's on top rank. I think he's 20-0.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of these young fighters started to get like fights real fast. So it might look like, oh well, he got 5 and they got 20, but everybody's career different, man. At the beginning, so some people are gonna get to a promotion company and get promoted, like you said. Yeah. Some people it's a little different. But who else? I'm trying to think of some fighters that I fought that's starting to get some mainstream notice. I would say probably Xander, probably the highest. Of course, Jalil Hackett, which he's a hometown fighter. He's 13. He just fought for, I want to say the WBA. I don't want to be wrong. But it's like the Intercontinental title. But he's putting it so he just beat a guy, Pete Dobson. He signed to Matchroom now. It's some fighters.
But now, is Hackett the one that was with Mayweather for a minute? But he didn't get a fight for like a year or two, right? Didn't they kind of put him on ice or something?
It's not even put him on ice. It was really just boxing changing, I believe. I don't really know the full story, but I just believe that boxing, far as PBC and Showtime contract was coming to an end, and wasn't a lot of fights that were going on. Okay. So it's only a few slots, and it's a lot of fighters. Yeah. A lot of fighters. So his name just didn't get picked out of the group. You know what I mean? So he wanted to move elsewhere. And I mean, that's his decision. But again, I don't really truly believe it was like he didn't get nothing like blackballed or shelved or something like that. It was more so just it's a lot of fighters, man. It's a lot of fighters to pick out of and to put there, and it's a business. So they're gonna put people either that's gonna make them money or that's already up there at the top where they don't have to build them no more. So it's that's why I feel like with boxing is kind of getting a little watered down. That is that the promotion company part, or not I would say the promotion company, but the promoting of the prospects. Like it has to be like I feel like Tank and Shakur and the Devin Haney's and they're at the top, so they don't really need to be promoted because their name holds weight at this point. But I feel like it's fighters that you don't know, that you probably never heard of, that can fight, that could be the next guy, but all they got to do is get a chance to be promoted. You know what I mean? That's how I feel.
I'm glad you mentioned promotion because I've been following you for a couple years, like because you just started something following you. But one thing I noticed, you have a promoter, but you do a lot of stuff yourself. Like you got a team.
I have no promoter. I don't.
You don't have a promoter.
I don't have a promoter.
Okay, but you got a team though.
I got a great team.
You got a team.
My coaches, Ms. Berry, my dad. You know what I mean? But honestly, as far as anything when it comes to like marketing and social media and all that, that's me.
Okay.
Yeah, that's me. I do that. I have a media team now. I started to get on that, but as far as it's really just me, my dad, Coach Berry. He's probably, but it's nobody that has a honestly indicted role that say they do like nah.
But the reason I was asking is from what I can see, you understand that marketing piece.
Yeah,
Like you realize, hey, it's not about just fighting. It's about selling yourself, promoting yourself, like being able to click with the people.
Again, like I said, man, some fighters got promotion early and some didn't. That don't mean I'm not a fighter that could be one of them ones. It means the world just ain't got a chance to see me yet.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So the only way for the world to get to see me is if I put myself out there. Who else gonna be their biggest fan other than me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I gotta put myself out there so people to say, man, who's that? Or I seen a guy on Instagram, and then you realize that what you see on Instagram really matches the ring. A lot of these internet fighters don't really be that behind the, you know what I'm saying? And when you really get in front of them, they used to doing all these drills or hitting the bag or doing all these things for views. But when you see them really in a fight and really in the ring, they really not that. I know I'm really that. Like when it comes to this boxing, I've been doing it my whole life. So it's like, okay, when anybody want to take that chance and play around and think this is fake and all that, come on. I'm going to show you something, and I'm going to show you that I'm real for real. Like, this is what I do. This is all I do. So, you know what I mean? But I do the marketing and put myself out there to just put myself in that light. I want people to look at me. I want to be able to have brand deals one day. I want to be able to, you know what I'm saying, be on billboards or something. You don't see no crazy tattoos or, I mean, I want to be able to make money outside of boxing after this. You know what I'm saying? Like we mentioned Sugar Ray Leonard earlier in the show. Like, Sugar's still making money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he was a respectable person. He smiled. He knew how to talk to people. You never seen him getting arrested for doing anything crazy or being crazy drunk, getting deep, nothing. You think he's always that person. Every time you see Sugar Ray Leonard, you think about Sugar Ray Leonard, he makes you smile.
Yeah.
It's not nothing negative to really say when you ring up his name. And that's kind of how I want to be. If I want to be a world champion, I got to be violent during the time I'm in the ring. But outside of that, I don't want you to look at me like, oh, man, he's a bad person. Or he got trouble with this. I want you to be able to see me and be like, that's a good, respectable young man.
Was it your idea to come up with like the YouTube channel because you got a lot of good stuff out there? Was that your idea, or was it like
really? I mean, that was me. Yeah, solely me, and honestly, like my videographer, my photographer. I would say that we call ourselves the Shock Unit. So it's us three. But man, it's really us. It's just we always told them that I feel like they got skills that I wanted the world to be able to see. As far as what they do and their vision for things, I'm like, I know I'm the product as far as the boxing. And I have fun. We all come together and we all talk about how basically a way to get my stuff out into the world. As far as videos, as far as just dancing, laughing around, personality. I want people to be able to go on my Instagram or go on YouTube and get a feel for who Scooter is without meeting Scooter. So when you meet him, he was like, oh yeah, I knew he was a great dude. I seen him, I watched him on this. Or I talked to him on live, or I DM'd him and he responded back. I want to be that type of guy.
So who would you say Scooter is?
He just he a humble workaholic boxer right now. At this point, I feel like every stage of life you're going to get better and you're going to evolve and you're going to change your values. Mm-hmm. But at 22 years old, all I care about is going in the house, going to go train, trying to become world champion. Now, once I probably become world champion and get 2-3 belts and all that, now I might be on investing in stocks or trying to do real estate or but until I get there, this is all that's on my mind right
now. I want to talk about like that, your in-ring presence, because I've been to, let me see, how many fights? I think I've been to 2 of your fights. I know for a fact 2. And one thing I can say about you, like, you really understand like showmanship, like you come out with the smoke and the trunks, which look, this gonna sound crazy, but like if you're a real boxing fan, you understand trunks matter. Like you see people come out there with them little basic ass trunks, you be like, you probably can't fight. But when you see somebody like with the trunks with the matching shoes, it's like, all right, dude care how he look. So who puts all that stuff together? You, your
Me
team?
and my dad. honestly, me and my dad. My dad, we go hand in hand. Sometimes he'll pitch an idea to me that's like, all right, more what way we want to go. We want to go new school, want to go old school. So once he'll pitch an idea to me, it'd be like, do I like it or do I feel like it's going? Is it me? And 9 times out of 10, he knows me, man. My father cancers. We born 10 days apart, so we gonna figure out. He gonna know what I like, and I know what he like. So yeah, he'll pitch an idea to me, like yeah. So the last one was the Michael Jackson. And honestly, my dad been holding that one for a while. He always wanted to do that, and I was like, and I'm an old head myself, so I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I just needed to be a venue that was gonna work, and I finally got that venue. I was like, yeah, the interest was gonna be right, and he pitched that to me right then. And I'm like, all right, bet. So then we went from. Actually, I would say the last fight that really was mostly my dad.
Okay.
100%. I kind of contributed on a little bit how the outfit was gonna look. He picked the inspiration for the outfit, so we went back. Now I'm doing a podcast. We went back and I wanted to do the Motown 25 look when Michael Jackson first did the moonwalk. So if you go back and look at him, the outfit when he did the Motown 25 and he did the performance with the Jackson 5 and then they walked off stage and he did Billie Jean for the first time live. You see his outfit, he had the black with the gray, with the silver sparkling. So if you look at my outfit, that's what it was. That's why I had my hat. You know what I mean? But I want to do things like that because I want my fights to be concerts. Like I don't want people to come just to my fights and just be like, oh, it's just a fight. No, I want people to come to my fights. You getting fly. You got your lady with you. Nah, I'm serious though. You get your lady with you. You fly. You take pictures. You know what I mean? You listening to good music or give you that vibe, and then you about to see. You put these hands on this person, and we're gonna do it looking good. But I want people to have fun. I don't want it to just be like just a barbaric type of. Nah, I want you to look good. I want you to put your mink coats on, and you know what I'm saying. Your good design, whatever you got, whatever make you feel good, whatever your price, whatever makes sure float your boat. Put it on that night and come see the show. That's how I really wanna. Like that's that presence I wanna bring. So I ain't gonna lie, I'm serious.
He said, "Bring your lady."
Yeah, you gotta. It don't think about it. We men, man. You feeling when you look good. You get out the shower. You put that fly stuff on. Boom, you already feeling good. You looking in the mirror. But then when you got a fine lady on your side, you feel like the guy. You good. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing like watching the fight. You know that's your boy in the ring. He done got you front row tickets. You with your lady. Y'all looking good. And you see your boy just knock this dude flatlined out. Oh yeah, y'all going to party out there.
So can we get it on camera? You gonna give me front row?
Hey, when I get up there, I can get you some.
I'm telling you, I told you, I had a plan. He'll tell my cousin here in the background. He'll tell you, I was like, look, dude, go be a world champ. So I'm trying to get my podcast now. So before we get too busy, he like, oh, here come this Johnny. Let me
sir, I say all the time, man. I rock with who rock with me.
Man.
You know what I mean? So I always love the fact that people that rock with me when I'm on the journey up. Because once I'm already up and I'm ascending and I'm at that top level, there's going to be many people that's trying to grab, snatch, and pull me away. But I want to rock with the people that was trying to grab, snatch, and pull me in when I was nothing, when I was still just that prospect. You know what I mean? That's how I want to be with that.
All right, so we gotta make sure we put a timestamp on this portion of the podcast, so I could go ahead and freeze it.
Say yeah.
So when he out in Vegas, I'm be like, hey,
you said
this. Go ahead and send that.
Nah, man. I mean,
at that 30-minute mark.
That's kind of how my parents raised me, though, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like I ain't never been that person just to change. I always rock with who rock with me.
Yeah.
As far as like, and honestly, it ain't like you asked me with my team. It's really I really can't give you no team because it ain't nobody but my family.
Wow.
You know what I mean? I don't have nobody. I know I don't have no digital marketer or nobody's doing none of that. It's just us. It's my father. It's me.
What is it like? Cause a team got to be invested, and in order for them to be invested, they got to really believe in you. So clearly, your team believe in you.
My parents believe in me.
But what's that? How does that make you feel knowing like? Cause man, look, I know that YouTube channel. It takes some time to put that together. It takes some energy. It takes some effort. So that shows they believe in you.
Now again, that ain't even them. I ain't even gonna lie. That's a whole different group. My parents believe in me and their belief goes through. You see, with just being there, their support, the things they do, how they go with the Shark Season merch and want to, keep me looking nice and doing things. Those their support is there, and they just always gonna be there. They've been doing this since. I mean, I've been doing this since I was 6 years old. So you know what I'm saying. I'm 22 now. So at this point, they've been doing it for over. I mean, being parents of a boxer for over 14 years. You know what I mean? So it's like they know what they've seen. They've seen fighters who were good or people proclaim to be good, and they see their son, and they're realists. They ain't really gonna believe. They gonna say, "Do he really got a chance?" They look like, "Yeah, no, he's special. He's a special fighter." And that's what made me. Once I realized my parents wasn't going to just lie to me, like, you know what I mean. And then I had to ask my dad. My dad, he laughed, but he be like, he'd tell me all the time. He be like, Scooter, if you wasn't special at 18, I would have told you to go get a job. I was laughing. So I'm like, oh dang. I'm just thinking that they just trying to, pat me on the back, keep me going. But he like, no, that's not how I'm going. No, you special. So we done had conversations like that. But as far as like, again, the YouTube and the media, man, that's me and my media team. Shout out, it's my brother Caleb and my one of my long friends, Trey. Man, we again, like I said, we call ourselves Shock Unit, and we just want to be able to tell our story and tell my story, because it's not even for right now. That's what people think. It's really not for right now. All of the episodes and all, they think that they supposed to pop off right now. It's not. Because I know when I become world champion, people going to want to see how I did it.
Yep.
And the proof is in the pudding. It's right there. Y'all just got to pay attention. They going to say, oh, dang, how did we miss this? Or y'all just wasn't looking. That's what it was. You know what I mean? Like, we had it there for you.
I got a fun question for you, because boxing, got to work out. You're always in the gym. What's on your playlist when you work out?
I think everybody knows what's on my playlist. Young Boy, that's what I'm playing. I'm cranking Young Boy all throughout the gym. They know it. Yeah, we bang a 4K trade, man. I'm sorry.
Who?
Don't even.
Okay.
Man,
you gotta remember, bro.
Yeah, nah. They know all the people that know us, man. Shout out YB, man. Free YB, man. We bring a 4K tray, man. It's green flag activity. It's something that he bring another side out of me. Like, I was just telling my parents that the other day. Like, I'm an old head. I was raised right. Like, I'm not one of them knuckleheads. So yes, I listen to Jay-Z, I listen to Biggie, I listen to Jay-Z's my favorite rapper of all time. So
really?
Right. You see, you're not gonna get that, because when I said Young Boy, it's like, oh, he ain't think. No, but Young Boy does for me, it's like he bring out that demon. Like, now it's like I fight with that, you know what I'm saying, on my back. Like, man, like just that hunger, the conviction. I fight with that passion. The way he rapped, how angry he rapped and things like that, I want that anger I want you to feel that anger when I'm in the ring. Like, because that's how I'm going about it. I ain't got nothing else, and I ain't know what other way throughout this. But
so it's interesting you say anger, because I've been to your fights. It's a lot of aggression, but I would say more control. Like, you always seem in control. So when I think of anger, I don't really think of somebody that's in control and know what's
control
going
the aggression.
on. Okay.
Control the aggression. Even though in the ring, what the things I'm saying to myself in my head, y'all will never know. And I try to look at the things I got in my head. When it comes to this boxing, I'm real violent with this shit. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a violent little dude, man. That's what people don't know, man. They don't understand how violent you gotta be in this boxing. And I really, that's what, that violence and all, that's what get me going through it, because I gotta turn to that, because I know you're not willing to go where I'm willing to go with it. That's what makes me different. That's what makes my mentality different. They're not, the person across me, you're not willing to go where I'm willing to go for it. Yeah, are you willing to die for this, for real? Would you really put your life on the line for this? Some people gotta ask themselves that question. I don't gotta ask myself. I already know, without a doubt, yes. This is what I put my life. I did this. I chose this at a young age.
Can you see that in somebody like eyes, they body language, like they not ready, they not gonna go there.
Yeah, you could tell. I can tell when somebody is ready, and I can tell when somebody ain't ready. It's like I'm gonna look you in your soul. I'm gonna look you in your eye. I'm gonna know. Like, well, and if you are, cool. We about to just rumble. I'm just letting you know this right now. Like, it ain't nothing. Again, it's not. I'm not even trying to be disrespectful or none of that. Don't stare down. I don't be on that because it's not. It's not nothing personally against you. You didn't do nothing. You just in the way. You just in the way, and only way I can get you up out of the way is to knock you out. Hence the fire knockout. You gotta go. You know what I mean? So I ain't playing with him, man. I got things to do. I got too many dreams. I got too many things that I inspired to do as a youngin. Like I never knew. I didn't know what I was gonna be, but I knew I was gonna be something. Far as somebody that's in front of a camera, somebody that people want to see. I ain't know it. I didn't know. I knew I was gonna be a millionaire. I knew all that. It's just time. I didn't know exactly what it was gonna be, and time could tell. But now I done found my calling. I done found my purpose. I know what it is. It's like okay, now it's just expanding on it. It's trying to be. I don't want to just be a champion in the DMV that you don't know. When I become champion, they gonna say, "Man, we got a champ. I already know the champ from here." Yeah, the shock season, the one that y'all gonna know me. I wanted to be like that, and I'm not gonna be one of those people that look back on his town. You know what I'm saying? Well, nah, I'm carrying this on my back. I'm from, you know what I'm saying? I'm from DC, man. I'm excited to be from here, man. We ain't had a real champion from here since Sugar Ray Leonard. Like far as not like that was transcending. Far as I would say,
That's tough.
only one we done had the champions we done had in this age far before me was the Gary Russells. We had Swift Jared Hurd. Now we have Lamont Roach. Tank is here, but Baltimore's their own thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I love my Baltimore people. But how Tank holds Baltimore and Baltimore holds Tank, that's how I want the DMV to hold. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm not from DC. I'm from Capitol Heights. So they kind of the same. We have Mark Johnson, 2 Shot.
Yeah. Yeah. But I feel like the only thing about Mark didn't get the star power that he was supposed to only because he was at that low weight.
Yeah.
Because you gotta understand, I mean, he was small, but he's in the National Boxing Hall of Fame, so he had to be a cold animal. But far as today, if you ask a kid who was Mark 2 Shot Johnson, they might not know.
They probably won't.
You know what I mean? Only because, and we look at the gym like, as far as boxing fans, like, what? You don't know Mark. But that means his star power, like, people gonna know who Floyd is. This generation still knows who Floyd is. This generation knows who Mike is. As far as Tyson, you know what I'm saying? They know when you say certain fighters, like, you gonna know it because they was just that. They was that figure. They was that transcendent superstar, and that's what I'm gonna be.
Let me. You brought out Floyd. Let me ask you this, because you're a boxer, you got a strong mindset and belief. When you hear people say that boxers scared to fight because they don't want to lose that 0 in their record, and they attribute that to Floyd, they blame Floyd. Do you agree with that or you disagree?
No, what I agree with is that Floyd made boxers more smarter.
Okay.
Far as before Floyd, I ain't gonna say really, but yeah, before Floyd, I won't say boxers were dumb, but boxers they looked at this sport as a gladiator sport.
Okay.
Meaning they gonna rip whoever head off to get to the top, get their money, and that's it. They didn't look at it. They didn't look at it like this is a prize fighting. They just, you know what I'm saying? That's why heavyweight boxing was what it was.
Yeah.
None of the other weight classes were really popping because people weren't getting knockouts. So it's like 9 and 10 in a heavyweight fight, you gonna see a knockout.
Yeah.
So they were paying the heavyweights top dollar to get knockouts. But nobody cared about, you know what I'm saying, what was gonna happen after boxing. What was y'all going to invest in? How am I going to double, triple this money? How am I going to make the most money for this fight? And what Floyd brought to the table was just letting people know that if you're fighting, you a prize fighter. You fight for a prize. You treat yourself as such. Don't let these promoters tell you that you're only worth this when you know you're worth more. No, don't settle with, oh, I only could do this. No, you know what I'm saying? He just cut that that part of a boxer's thought process out. So now boxers look to maximize any opportunity than minimize. So I might not mean what the keeping it O is. Yeah, I might not be willing to take this early fight when I got 10 fights and take a world title fight at 10 fights when I could get probably 20 more fights or 10 more fights, make 100 or maybe $1 million more before I take that fight because I just made more money. Okay. It's not everybody wants to get these get rich quick type of. No, you can't do that. Not with this boxing. You gotta let it marinate. They want this microwave popularity. They want to put something in the microwave for a minute and it get hot instead of cooking in the oven. And you know what I mean? That's how I look at it. Floyd just made us get smarter and what to do and how to move our career and understanding when to take a chance and when not. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you see a fighter, they say, oh yeah, okay, they say such and such or Tank is scared to fight Shakur or scared, whatever. They going to say things like that, right? And then, and Tank man, he like, I'm about to get $40 million for this fight. And then when it's time to fight Shakur, I'm going to get $100 million. Yeah. Because I milked it. I didn't just give y'all what y'all wanted. Y'all want this fight so bad. Y'all want me. So, all right, when it's time for me to fight with y'all, going to give me what I'm worth. Y'all not going to tell me, oh, this is what you're going to get for this fight. No, now I'm going to make y'all wait. And I'm going to keep knocking out people in the process, but I'm going to make y'all wait for what y'all want because people going to pay for what they want.
You got to win, though.
You got to win. But regardless, that's the thing. In boxing, even if he don't win the Shakur fight, you sign that contract before you got in the ring. You going to get that $100 million regardless of the outcome. And that's how, as a boxer, that's how we're looking at it now. But we're trying to get the maximum amount of money out of all these opportunities because ain't no 401k, ain't no pension, ain't no retirement, so it ain't none of that with this boxing. You lose and you might not get paid again.
Do you personally worry about life after boxing? I know you so young, but
absolutely. I think about it every day. Again, I'm trying to be different than the fighters before me or the people that's now. I don't want to. No, I can't box forever. I'm 22 now. I probably got 13, 14 more years in this game. I'll be 36. I don't want to be a boxer that's fighting until he's 40 now. So if you look at it like that, you realize that you don't have a lot of time to play around. You only got 13, 14 years in this. So you got to make the best in this run. And then what are you going to do after you do that? So I'm setting up things that I want to do as far as is it going to be clothing? Is it going to be videos? Is it going to be being able to speak on podcasts? Is it going to be speaking on commentating? Is it going to be in real estate? Is it going to be like you gotta put all those together now. So and train for them now. So being able, it's not gonna be nothing be able for me to hold a microphone and be able to talk to somebody and say back to you, Jim. And you know what I'm saying? Like, but I gotta train for that. I gotta make sure this is a part of what I want to do, so I can, when it's time to get that job, I already been telling in my mind that this is what I was gonna do, and investing into these stocks and then all the different things. Or if I need to sell somebody a house, I can be able to look you in and tell you this is the best set. Anything. You don't never know.
Do you ever worry about the CTE thing?
No. Okay. I believe just the Lord got me, man. I say my prayers. I say him keep me safe, and I just trust. Okay. I don't even think about that bad part of it.
The promotion thing, because you mentioned you don't have a promoter. Mm-hmm. Eventually, do you want one, or you want to keep your career basically in your own hands?
No, eventually you're gonna, to get to the major belts, you're gonna need one. But I'm trying to keep it in my own hands until they basically tell me, come on and play. Nobody, I'm gonna put the analogy like this, and then I'm gonna break it down to two, what I'm really saying. You don't want to be the person at the playground that's coming up to every clique and group saying, hey, can I play with y'all? They say no. Hey, can I play with y'all? No. Hey, can I play with y'all? No. You want them to say, hey, you want to come play with us? Okay. You want to play? So what I'm saying is I'm going to wait until they say, Deric Scooter Davis, you've been doing a tremendous job. I want to sign you to Top Rank Promotions. I want to sign you to Maximum Promotions or PVC. I don't want to be running up to them saying, hey, can you sign? Yeah. Because now I feel like y'all, it's gonna invalidate what I did this whole time. I want them to want me, not for me to just be begging to be on their team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I know eventually you're gonna have to come inside to play. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't trying to do that until it's time for me to really get a belt or be set up for some opportunities.
Is it hard? Is it hard being your own promoter?
Yeah, because you have to do that and be successful and to get to where you need. You have to really. It's hard getting fights to a point where opponents really want to fight me, or you know what I'm saying, just making sure that everything in the commission, all that stuff goes through. It's just a lot of stuff that you got to worry about on your own instead of when you with a promotion company. All you got to worry about is fighting.
Okay.
They probably don't even have to sell no tickets or none of that. They just get a flat purse. Man, with us, we have people that's not signed. You sign for whatever your purse is gonna be, and then 9 times out of 10 you gotta sell tickets and get this amount of tickets. So if you want another amount of money or whatever, it's a whole lot of extra stuff that you probably gotta do with not being signed versus being signed. But I mean, it's okay.
So, okay, with that aspect, do you feel like once your career gets to that point where you with the big time, the big promoter, and you don't even have to worry about that no more, do you think that's going to actually make you an even better fighter? Because let's be honest, that time that you selling tickets or whatever, you could either be in the gym, or even if you're not in the gym, you just putting yourself in a better mindset. You just don't have to put any energy towards selling tickets or doing anything to help promote that fight.
I feel like I'm just blessed to have the opportunities and the people around me that I do. So I really don't have to be the one saying selling tickets or doing all that, because again, my parents and I'm blessed to have a social media following that I have. So all I really have to do is say, hey, get your tickets now from here, and they're gonna go get the tickets. You know what I mean? So it's really not a lot for me, but I feel like it definitely will elevate me to a whole nother point once they just say, hey, this the date, fight here, you don't have to do nothing else. It'll take now the time that we're thinking about selling tickets or selling merch or all that, we could just be on fighting. And I feel like more focus on the fight is always better. So I mean, it's not really a hassle away from me right now, though. Like, nah, we doing it the right way.
We was having a conversation off before we started recording, and I asked you if I had permission to talk about it, and you said yeah. Now we was talking about Devin Haney. Me, you, and my cousin. We in the background. He in the background. We know he lost to Ryan Garcia, and he got dropped like 3 times. You and my cousin feel like he'll never be the same. I'm under the mindset I do think he'll be okay, but when you explained it to me, it was very interesting.
I ain't saying he wasn't gonna be okay.
No.
He wasn't gonna be the same.
Okay, so okay.
These is two. Man, he's gonna be okay but he's not gonna be the same Devin Haney.
Okay, so wait a minute. Let me back. Okay, let's just stick with that.
Okay.
Because I don't want to mess your words up, and I appreciate you correcting me on that. You said he's not gonna be the same. I don't know what the same looks like for him, but I'm gonna just keep. Right. I'm gonna just ask my question. I want you to explain to the listeners why you said you don't think he'll never be the same.
Okay, I feel like, well, in that fight, like you said, he got dropped 2 to 3 times with big shots, but 9 times out of 10, when a fighter gets hit like that, it's not supposed to be hit like that, or usually not hit like that. His ego is cracked. Meaning, again, the analogy I gave you is that Superman is not Superman anymore. Meaning now somebody got his kryptonite. He didn't got hit, and now it's cracked right here. All with his ego, his armor. So now he has to find himself to become that guy again. So and when things happen, it's a dark time. We got social media with these trolls. We got people as a fighter that believe that now in your mind that every time I get hit, my chin not gonna hold up. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. You don't know what it's gonna be, but I don't believe that nobody. I know as a fighter and as a boxer, I've been doing it too long. Nobody just gets hit like that multiple times and just gets up and shakes it off and be the same. No, something is either you're gonna be gun shy as a fighter. You might not be able to pull the trigger when you thought you was gonna be able to pull the trigger. You might be a little just too defensive because you don't want to take that chance. You might not want to open up during exchange. It's something that's gonna click in your mind because you got hit like that to make you be like, ho, you be more cautious. And a cautious fighter is not the same dangerous fighter as that he was because now he's being cautious. And when you think about it, if you think boxing too much, you're gonna get hit. They say if you think about getting hit, you're gonna get hit. And the whole time he's thinking about getting hit because he don't want to get hit on that spot again. Or he don't know. And honestly, and no sparring, none of that could prepare you for that moment because it's nothing like getting hit with them 8-ounce gloves. Can't nobody prepare you for that. Nothing. You just gotta see, and that's the part that's gonna play on his mind. Once he figures out that he gets hit and I'm okay, then he'll start to become back to himself. But then it's still gonna be questions for other people like, what happens when you get hit by a puncher? Because Ryan's a puncher.
Yeah.
Ryan, it wasn't like, oh, he's fighting somebody that was like, oh, he can't punch. No, we all knew that if Ryan kept you with that left hook, he could hurt you. He caught him with the left hook. So meaning now it's gonna be a question of if he does fight Tank or anybody that has anybody with some sort of power, is his chin gonna hold up? That's how people gonna look at it, and that's questions he gonna really ask himself. Is his chin gonna hold up? That's what people don't realize. Boxers still gotta go through it too. He's the one fighting. He don't know. He's nervous right now. Usually he'll say things like, I know me when it's a fighter that's strong or got a first thing I say is, he ain't gonna hit me like that. Because I believe in my defense too much. I believe I'm too smart. But you can. Anybody can get hit. Once you do get hit, it's like, okay, there's no muscle or no exercises to get your chin stronger. So it's nothing I could do. So it's like you just gotta really sit and wait. And sitting and waiting is one of them things that the devil come to you in a whisper.
Man, that was deep.
I'm telling you, it get bad. But I believe that he will be okay because the team that's around him.
Okay.
They're not gonna put him in no bad position. So no, they're not rookies to say, hey, yeah, the Ryan he cheated. The Ryan fight is a fluke. Yeah, let's go and fight Jorge Gonzalez that punches like a mule. No. They're gonna fight somebody that's not too big of a puncher. That's somebody that's gonna be able to, it's a tune-up. Okay. But they don't want to say it's a tune-up. Nobody wants to say they're taking tune-up fights, but they have to. You have to bring your fighter back to the confidence level that he was at. Basically, he got humbled.
Okay.
He got humbled in front of the whole world, brought him back here. His confidence here. Now you gotta build his confidence back all the way up here on the championship stage. It's hard.
So you was handling him. You would not put him right back in there with Garcia.
No, absolutely not. And I'm telling you, that's not even gonna happen. That's why they're doing all the little stuff right now. The suing and all that is to deflect.
Okay.
All that stuff is to deflect everything that's going on that he got to get himself together. So they not gonna just put him back. Ryan want that. Ryan, if I was Ryan, I would want that. Put him back in there again, cause he got that's trauma. He went through a traumatic experience that night.
Yeah.
So now it's like, and sometimes it don't matter how hard you train on this. This is mental. He get back to that stage and see that same guy, he gonna believe that he still cheats, whatever. He cheating, he done took this and shut down. You don't know. The mind could create crazy things.
So you how far back boxing you go watching?
70s, 60s.
Okay, so do you remember Margarito beating Cotto?
Mm-hmm. Cotto. Yeah, he put them. He had the first fight. Margarito had
right
things on his pads. Mm-hmm.
So if it's something like that where clearly the guy cheated, do you think that makes a difference?
It can,
because Margarito gave him a hell of a beat. Yeah,
but it wasn't. First of all, Puerto Ricans and Latino fighters are just different. Let's just say that. I don't know what it is. They got like titanium in their skull. They just know how. I don't know what it. No, seriously, I ain't.
I'm laughing because I know.
It make 9 times you got to hit them to the body to break them down.
Yeah.
If you trying to bank on just doing headshots and all that stuff on any type of Latino, Puerto Rican, you might hurt your hand. I ain't gonna lie. But no, I mean to say I get what the analogy you're trying to make. Because he came back, Cotto came back a better fighter, but I feel like it's just a little bit different because I don't really believe that Ryan took enough of that substance to really help him in his performance. Like Ryan was getting tired in that fight. Ryan was smoking. It wasn't like Ryan just was hit Devin with his best punch. Like it wasn't like he just every shot that he was throwing from the whole fight was just hurting Devin. And it was like, man, why he so strong? No. He got caught with the signature left hook that everybody say stay away from with Ryan. You got hit with the shot. Now you want to use that, he only hurt me because he was cheating. No, I don't believe that. I truly believe that anybody that get hit with that Ryan left hook is liable to get put down on their ass like that, honestly.
See, me and JR, we was going back and forth about it. Cause I'm on the side of, look, man, the dude was cheating. He got caught. I don't give him no credit.
Because they didn't. I mean, I ain't far as credit is for the win. But they didn't find so much of the substance in his bloodstream that was like that. They said that could affect his physical performance. He had banned substance in his blood.
Okay. But
it wasn't enough to have a physical alter on his performance. But they don't care. They're going to say you had a banned substance. You were taking. They're going to go with that narrative because that takes away. But I don't really believe that he wasn't just taking roids and just saying yeah. Because if you watch the fight, then you go back and look at the fight. It was not. The fight wasn't looked at like, oh my God, Ryan is just dominating this entire fight. No,
he really wasn't.
He was not. It was like you seen he was like Devin gonna beat him. Devin might beat him. And then you like he just got dropped. It was one of those.
So listening to you talk, it almost feel like it would have been better if he dominated him. I mean,
it'd have made me believe the drug and cheating and having banned substance more.
Oh, okay.
Because I feel like that's the only reason why they're trying to say that he won, and I'm not looking at it on what he cheated. I'm looking at it on strictly boxing. You as a boxer got hit with the only punch that they tell you to stay away from with Ryan Garcia.
Oh, okay.
You couldn't get away from his best punch.
Okay.
That's basically what I'm saying. Now I don't know. I don't believe that because that's what was said. They said that it couldn't. The amount in his blood was not enough to physically alter his performance. I mean, it wasn't going to give him super strength or make him not tired. He had I forgot what the name of the substance was, but they said they found that in his system due to whatever he was taking. It was something, but it wasn't enough to have a physical alter on his performance.
Okay, so basically, listening to you, your biggest concern is he couldn't defend that left hook. Okay,
he could not. He didn't have no answer for it. He didn't because a lot of people really didn't believe that Ryan left hook was real. Honestly, and I remember I wasn't a believer when I first started watching Ryan. I'm like, that ain't real. And I believe they overestimated Ryan.
Okay.
They thought that and I really believe they thought because they seen Tank do it. They saw Tank stay away from it and not, all right, we could do it. And different ball game. Totally different ball game. But if you watch the Tank fight, all Tank did was stay away from the left hook.
Yeah.
He got hit with right hands that fight because he was so worried about the left hook.
Okay.
It was game. I believe it was game plan. He got caught with that shot because Ryan was gassing out and all that. Ryan was tired.
Yeah, he was.
It wasn't like, y'all cannot look at me like when you see people that's on substances 9 times out of 10, they be in really great physical condition.
Okay.
You don't really see them get tired. You don't see them their body is not flabby or they cut up. You get there's certain little things about them that's like, I don't know, he got gas for days that little not normal than you saying normal. But Ryan was tired. He was breathing hard early.
Yeah, he was.
It wasn't like in the 4th round he was already pretty much starting the gas.
Yeah.
But I know as a fighter, when you start the gas, you go with what works. And you do what you just always been known to do. And he just said, I'm going to throw my shot. Boom. And caught him.
Oh, okay.
And nobody thought it was going to really hurt him like that. But it caught him clean.
Yeah.
And anybody can get caught clean now. Then on top of he didn't go all the way down and wait. He didn't make the weight. He gave up. So we talked about this off camera about when people are overweight, people could either choose to pay. So Ryan said, I'm not coming in overweight, and chose to pay the fine.
Okay.
So that might have helped him too. More weight on the punch.
Yeah.
All that could happen. But I'm not going with, oh yeah, he only beat you because of
the Oscar, whatever.
No. Yeah, no. Because you got hit with his best punch over and over and over. I believe I will beat somebody too. If you kept letting me hit you with my best punch, you ain't gonna be there to have a say so. You know what I mean? As a boxer.
You know what? I was gonna ask, but I'm not gonna ask what your best punch is. I'll ask you offline.
I don't even know, honestly. I mean, I don't even know. It depends on the day. It depends on the opponent I'm in front of, honestly. Cause certain things work for me differently. I might be a day where you might be a fighter, but I'll be able to lift you up with this uppercut. Or some days you might not have your chin in the air, and I'm turning the hook over. It might be my jab some days. It might be my straight right. I don't know.
I know one thing. That fight I went to, you hit dude with that body shot.
Yeah.
I heard that thing up. I was all the way at the top and I heard that body shot. I said,
it's something about getting to the body with me. I just love getting to the body because I feel like that's up close and personal. A lot of fighters are not very comfortable fighting in close quarters like that. They get uncomfortable. They need range. And I know how to fight in range. I actually love fighting in range, but I know that, again, knowing that people are not comfortable fighting in close quarters like that, I'm going to put you where you're uncomfortable at.
Yeah, that body shot. Whew.
So
I heard that thing echoed all through the I can't. He did get up, but you knew that fight was over.
Yeah, you talking? You got this the entertainment sports.
Yeah.
The first one. Yeah, I knew. I don't know. I was on something else that night.
I'm gonna close with this. What moving forward, 5-0, 5 knockouts. I think anybody that's been to your fight, we could see, like. You definitely got what it takes to be a world champion. Like, it's clear.
Appreciate it.
What excites you most about moving forward with boxing?
Fighting in front of new people. More people find out about Deric Scooter Davis. That's the biggest thing. I know I'm one of them people that when you see me fight, I'm electrifying. I know people going to want to see who is that, from the way I fight to either my style of fighting, how hard I punch, the knockout, my outfit, the way the crowd responds, just my charisma. You're gonna respond to something. I want the whole world trying to figure out who is that guy. Yeah. And then once you figure out who that's Scooter, and then the world gets introduced to Scooter.
Do you got a date for your next fight? Or?
Not exactly, but I hopefully could fight sometime in February. If not February, then March. Okay. I can't get y'all a date because we got something big brewing up. But okay.
But look, bro, I really appreciate you taking the time to do this, man.
Appreciate you, man.
It's been an honor, been a pleasure, man. I'm excited. I can't wait till the next fight. I'll make sure I'm there. Right. And I know you got it. I know you're gonna be a champ. So I'm gonna hold this episode precious because it's gonna be a part of your story. So I'm excited to be a part of it.
I appreciate you having me on. Appreciate it.
Definitely, man. And I want to take the time to thank everyone for listening to the podcast and watching. I truly appreciate your support. You can hold on, wait a minute, not my intro. Hold on, you do your. How do people get in touch with you? How do they follow you? We got to do you first, then I go.
Not bad. All right, y'all hit me up on Instagram, on any social media site at IAMSCOOTERDAVIS. I am Scooter Davis. I am Scooter Davis on all social media platforms.
Okay, cool. Now, I want to take the time and thank everyone for listening. I truly appreciate your support, listening and watching. You can follow me on Instagram at conversations_with_lamp. On Facebook, it's also Conversations with Lamp. This episode will be available on YouTube under my channel Conversations with Lamp, and it'll also be on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts. Again, thank you all for listening and watching. Have a great day.